What if I told you that for most people, the battle for their day is won or lost in the first 5 minutes? It vanishes. Before their feet even hit the floor, they reach for their phone. They open the floodgates to the noise, the chaos, the demands, and the opinions of 1,000 other people. They start their day in reaction mode, their peace gone, their focus shattered, their power handed over before they've even had a cup of coffee. They then spend the rest of the day feeling scattered and stressed, always trying to catch up, wondering why they feel so powerless, never realizing they gave it all away in the first few seconds of being awake. But for centuries, deep in monasteries, a different way has been practiced. It's a mental framework inspired by the discipline of Shaolin masters, a way to build a mind of unshakable focus and inner peace before the world can interfere. It doesn't start with frantic action. It starts with quiet intention. It begins with the words you speak to yourself in the sacred silence of the morning. A morning guided by these principles isn't about rushing, it's about building. It is a ritual of deep alignment. And at the heart of this ritual are powerful truths, declarations spoken into the quiet of the dawn to forge a will of iron and a spirit of immense peace. These aren't just empty affirmations, they are anchors, they are commands to your own soul, reminding you of the power you already hold. This is a guide to that sacred practice, a blueprint for rewiring your mind, morning by morning. Listen closely, because these 14 statements, inspired by a philosophy of self-mastery, have the power to change not just your day, but your entire life. This is the first, most fundamental truth. You didn't wake up by accident. Your existence today isn't some random event, it's an opportunity. So many people drift through life, pulled by the currents of circumstance, simply reacting to whatever the day throws at them. The philosophy of self-mastery teaches that we must act from our purpose. Before your feet even touch the ground, you declare this to yourself. It immediately shifts you from being a passive passenger to an active driver. It's a recognition that this day is a gift, and you have a role to play in it. Think of it this way. A ship without a rudder gets tossed by any wave. This statement is your rudder. It sets your direction before you've even left the harbor. It doesn't mean you have to know your grand, lifelong mission. It simply means that for this day, you will live intentionally. You will make choices that align with your highest self. You won't just exist, you will engage. As you wake, place a hand over your heart and say it aloud. Today, I am here on purpose. Feel the weight of those words. It's a commitment. It's the foundation upon which the rest of your day will be built. This simple act reclaims your power from the world's chaos and places it firmly back in your hands. In the modern world, we often mistake power for noise, for hustle, for aggressive action. But a master of their own mind knows that true power is found in stillness. Your inner peace isn't a luxury, it's your greatest asset. It is the unshakable mountain at your core that remains unmoved by the storms of life. When you're at peace, you think clearly, you make wise decisions, you respond to challenges with grace instead of reacting with fear. Chasing external validation, getting tangled in arguments, or letting someone else's negativity disturb your spirit is a voluntary surrender of your power. A Shaolin monk trains for years to maintain a calm mind, even in physical combat, because a mind clouded by anger or fear makes mistakes. When you tell yourself, "My peace is my power," you're making a conscious choice to guard your inner state as your most valuable possession. When you feel that first spark of frustration or anxiety, maybe from an email or a thought about the day ahead, just pause, take one deep breath and repeat, "My peace is my power." This creates a space between the trigger and your response. In that space, you get to choose to remain the master of your inner world. This statement is a profound shift in your energy. Chasing comes from a place of lack. It implies that what you desire is running away from you, and you must exhaust yourself to catch it. It's desperate. But think about it. The tree doesn't chase the sun. It simply grows, and the sun comes to it. The flower doesn't chase the bee. It blossoms, and the bee is drawn to it. The wisdom here teaches that you attract what you are, not just what you want. If you want abundance, embody an abundant mindset. If you want peace, cultivate it within. If you want strong relationships, become a person of integrity. When you chase, you often repel. When you build yourself into a vessel of value, you become a magnet for the things meant for you. Whenever you feel that urge to force an outcome, to convince someone of your worth, or to get impatient with your progress, stop. Remind yourself, I do not chase, I attract. This shifts your focus from the external result to your internal state. Ask yourself, who do I need to become to attract what I desire? This turns the work from a frantic chase into a calm, dignified process of self-development. We're taught to see discomfort as an enemy. We're told to seek comfort, avoid pain, and find the easiest path. But in the Shaolin-inspired mindset, comfort is a cage. It's a zone of stagnation where growth is impossible. True strength and wisdom are forged only in the fire of discomfort. Every challenge, every struggle, every moment of difficulty isn't a punishment, it's a lesson. It's life, your teacher, giving you a chance to evolve. When you feel the resistance of a hard task, the burn of a workout, or the awkwardness of a tough conversation, you are on the frontier of your potential. Retreating into comfort is refusing the lesson. Leaning into the discomfort with awareness and courage is how you grow stronger and wiser. Saying discomfort is my classroom transforms you from a victim of hardship into a student of strength. When you face the first challenge of your day, whether it's getting out of a warm bed or tackling a project you've been avoiding, reframe the feeling. Instead of thinking this is hard, tell yourself this is my training. Embrace the resistance as the very thing that is making you stronger. The heaviest burden we carry isn't the mistakes of our past, but our refusal to forgive ourselves for them. We cling to yesterday's failures, replaying them in our minds, punishing ourselves over and over for being human. This self-inflicted wound drains our energy and anchors us to a version of ourselves that no longer exists. True discipline includes the discipline of self-compassion. Choosing grace isn't a sign of weakness, it's an act of profound strength. It is acknowledging your humanity, honoring the lesson you learned, and then consciously releasing the emotional weight. Forgiveness is how you clean the slate so you can write a new story today. Without it, you're just rewriting yesterday's story of failure. In the morning quiet, think about any mistake from yesterday that still stings. Acknowledge it without judgment. Then say aloud, I forgive myself for that. I choose grace today. Imagine the weight of that mistake dissolving. This isn't about forgetting, it's about releasing. It frees up your energy to be fully present and effective in the day ahead. This is a declaration of self-worth and a tool for setting powerful boundaries. In a world that constantly asks you to compromise, to fit in, to be less than you are, you must establish your own standard. This statement affirms that you won't be a secondary choice in your own life. You will not accept relationships, work, or circumstances that diminish you. And this isn't about arrogance, it's about deep self-respect. In the same way a monk respects their temple, you must respect the temple of your mind and body. To be the standard means you define what is acceptable. You decide the level of respect you require, the quality of energy you allow into your life, and the integrity with which you will live. Others don't get to set this standard for you. You do. As you think about your day, your interactions, and your tasks, remind yourself of this truth. It will guide your decisions. It will give you the strength to say no to things that don't meet your standard. When you operate from this place, you teach the world how to treat you. Your attention is your most precious currency. Where you place your focus, you place your energy, and where you place your energy, you create your life. In our hyper-distracted world, countless forces are fighting for a piece of your attention. Social media, news, notifications, they are all thieves of focus. And when your focus is scattered, your power is scattered. Freedom, in a philosophical sense, isn't just about having unlimited choices. It's about having the power to choose where your mind resides. The ability to hold your focus on a single point, your breath, a task, a goal, is the ultimate form of mental discipline. When you can control your focus, you are no longer a puppet of the external world. You are the master of your own reality. Declare this to yourself in the morning. Then practice it. Choose one task to begin your day and give it your undivided attention. When your mind wanders, gently guide it back. Each time you do this, you are strengthening your focus muscle. Protect that first hour of your day. By mastering your attention, you are mastering your life. All right, take a breath. You've just laid the foundation. These first 7 truths are about building your inner temple, a sanctuary of purpose, peace, and power. They are the roots that anchor you. The next 7 are designed to turn this inner strength into unstoppable outer action. Let's continue. We're so often taught to look outside of ourselves for the answers. We search for the right book, the right mentor, the right opportunity, believing that something external holds the key. This creates a state of perpetual seeking. Shaolin-inspired philosophy teaches that you've already been equipped with the most powerful tools you'll ever need: resilience, creativity, and intuition. Challenges aren't meant to be solved by something you find out there. They are designed to draw out the strength that is already in here. This statement is an act of radical self-trust. It stops the frantic search for external saviors and turns your attention inward to the vast untapped reservoir of your own potential. When you face a problem that feels overwhelming and your first instinct is to look for an outside fix, pause, close your eyes and repeat this phrase. Ask yourself, what strength do I already possess that can meet this challenge? This shifts your perspective from helplessness to resourcefulness. The past is gone. It's a memory, and it has no power over this moment unless you give it power. Yesterday may have been a day of failure or sadness, but the moment the sun rises, a new cycle begins. Today is a clean slate. This truth is about the power of renewal. A warrior doesn't carry the weight of 1,000 past battles into the current one. They are fully present. By declaring that today is an opportunity to rise, you consciously cut the chains to yesterday's limitations. You give yourself permission to be a different person today than you were yesterday. This isn't just another day to get through. It's an invitation to ascend. Look at your day not as a continuation of yesterday, but as a brand new beginning. Whatever happened before is irrelevant to the potential this day holds. Say this statement and feel the sense of possibility it brings. Your energy is your life force. It is finite. Every single thing you do, every thought, every conversation, every task is an expenditure of this precious resource. Most people leak their energy unconsciously on meaningless arguments, on worrying about things they can't control, and on people who drain them. To view your energy as sacred is to treat it with the reverence it deserves. It means you become a conscious investor of your vitality. You deliberately direct it toward the people, activities, and thoughts that nourish you and move you closer to your goals. This statement is a declaration of energetic sovereignty. Before you start your day, mentally list your top priorities. Then make a conscious vow. My energy is sacred, and today it will flow toward these things. When distractions appear, this declaration becomes your shield. Ask yourself, is this a worthy investment of my sacred energy? It will become easy to disengage and protect your vitality. This is the ultimate cure for anxiety, comparison, and the fear of missing out. It's a statement of profound trust in the process of life. We often operate from a place of scarcity, believing that if we don't grab an opportunity now, it will be gone forever. This leads to rushed, desperate actions. While this may sound like a modern mantra, it taps into an ancient principle of releasing attachment to specific outcomes. This doesn't mean you become passive. You still do the work. You still train with discipline. But you let go of the desperate need for a specific result on a specific timeline. You trust that if an opportunity is truly yours, it will find you. If a door closes, it wasn't your door. This allows you to move with a calm confidence, knowing you're always in the right place. When you see others succeeding and you feel a pang of jealousy or fear, repeat this mantra. It calms the ego's panic. It reminds you to focus on your own work with integrity and to trust that your rewards will come in their own perfect time. It replaces fear with faith. Of all the things in the world you can control, your mind is the most important. It's the command center from which your entire reality is generated. Yet for most people, the mind is a chaotic master, not a disciplined servant. It runs wild with anxieties and distractions. A monk's training is, above all, the training of the mind. To declare, my mind is my power, I command it today, is to reclaim your rightful place as the ruler of your internal kingdom. You are reminding yourself that thoughts are not facts. They are just events in your consciousness that you can choose to engage with or dismiss. This is a call to be an active guardian of your mind. When a thought of self-doubt enters, don't fight it, just acknowledge it, and then consciously replace it with a thought of strength. Say to yourself, I see that thought, but I don't give it power. I command my mind to focus on solutions. This is the daily practice of building a mind that serves you rather than enslaves you. Survival is the lowest form of living. Many people are content to just get by. But a life of purpose is a life of contribution. This statement elevates your intention for the day from mere self-preservation to meaningful service. Your impact doesn't have to be some grandiose, world-changing event. Impact can be found in the smallest gestures, a kind word, being fully present for a family member, doing your work with excellence. A core tenet of this path is that self-mastery is ultimately for the benefit of others. You become strong so you can lift others. You find peace so you can be a calming presence. Ask yourself in the morning, how can I make a positive impact today? Let this question guide your actions. It could be as simple as deciding to be a better listener or bringing a positive attitude to work. This mindset shifts your focus from what can I get to what can I give, and unlocks a deeper sense of fulfillment. The final truth brings you full circle. It is the alpha and the omega of a powerful life: gratitude. Before you ask for anything, before you strive for anything, you must first be profoundly grateful for what you already have. And the greatest gift is your own existence, your breath, your consciousness, the simple miracle that you are here now. Gratitude is the ultimate antidote to the feeling of lack. It shifts your entire being into a state of abundance. When you start with thankfulness, you operate from fullness, not emptiness. Every action that follows becomes a joyous expression, not a desperate grasp for happiness. This spirit of gratitude mirrors the humble bow of a monk, a quiet acknowledgement of the gift of another day. Before you get out of bed, simply notice your breath moving in and out. Feel the life within you, and just say thank you. Thank you for this body, however imperfect. Thank you for this mind. Thank you for this day. Start with that feeling. Let it be the fuel for everything else. When you begin with gratitude, you've already claimed the greatest victory, life itself. These 14 truths are more than just words to recite. They are the tools for building a new mind, the architecture for an unshakable spirit. The path to mastery is not about what you do, but about who you become, and you become what you consistently practice. The world will demand your attention. It will test your peace. It will invite you to chase, to fear, and to forget your power. This morning ritual is your defense. It is your rebellion against mediocrity. So don't just listen to these words and feel inspired for a moment. Use them. Tomorrow morning, before the world has a chance, before the first notification buzzes, claim the silence. Choose one of these truths, the one your spirit needs to hear the most. Make it your anchor for the day. Live it, breathe it. That is how you begin to build. The journey to mastery is walked one morning at a time. Your journey starts now.